Morning.
Are you planning on working out tomorrow? Are you going to throw? Are you going to run? Are you going to do all the drills tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw tomorrow.
Jalen, how was your meeting with the Browns the other day, and why do you think you can be the quarterback to really turn things around?
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was a really good meeting. Being able to meet everyone in the room, understand who's the offensive staff, being able to talk ball. Another opportunity for them to get to know me. So overall, I thought it was a really good meeting. I'm looking forward to building with the Browns.
What is your overall goal for this week? What are you trying to show us?
Yeah, my overall goal is getting in front of these teams, being able to talk to them. It's all about relationship, number one, then also talking ball. So I think it was a great opportunity to be out here. It's a dream come true. I remember watching the combine, so now having a first-hand experience and what all is involved during the week is definitely a great week for sure. So that's my biggest goal.
How can you compare being coached by Nick Saban and then Kalen DeBoer? What's that compare and contrast?
Yeah, for sure. The standard of excellence was the biggest thing between both of them that we were all trying to achieve as players and respecting them as coaches. That's the biggest thing. We were able to learn each and every day. And, of course, throughout the whole season you learn so much. And with each coach, I was able to learn and be better as a quarterback.
Jalen, how much would you like to possibly reunite with Tommy Reese since he's the OC?
Yeah, for sure. That would definitely be great. Me and Coach Reese had a great relationship while he was at Alabama. My first year starting, he was my first offensive coordinator. And so, it would have been outstanding to, be able to play under him again and do a lot of special teams.
What's the biggest thing that helped you improve?
Yeah, for sure. Number one, just being comfortable on the field. That's number one. They build my knowledge of the game. I lack knowledge being a first-year starter. And so everything that he poured into me each and every day, us meeting one-on-one, being able to see football in the same lenses as him, you be able to play even better. And so that was all I was able to do, being around him.
What type of players Michigan getting in Justice Haynes?
Yeah, for sure. Justice is a really hard worker. This is a guy who spends a lot of time on his body, working on his craft. I'm around him a lot. He's always looking to learn. I'm around him just trying to pour into him, because I was a veteran player in college, and I was able to be around him a lot. And so this is a guy who's going to put everything into the program. White. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, during that time frame, it's all about, talking X's and O's and explaining how I see football, what are my favorite plays, distinguishing different defenses, what are the weaknesses of their defense. It's expanding my knowledge of what's what, the fronts, coverages, pressures, everything as a whole, and elaborating on that, depending on whatever the play call is, because that's the biggest thing. They want to see your knowledge. They want to see all is involved in each pre-snap and post-snap read, and so I'm able to do that with the board work.
What do you think sets you apart in this deep quarterback?
Yeah, for sure. I think I love football. I love everything about it. I know that, where I'm at today, I'm going to be even better this time next year. And so everything I try to do is for the better of the team, and not be one-dimensional at all when it comes to physical attributes on the football field. There's a lot of things I can improve on, but there's a lot of things I can't. And there's a lot of things that I can definitely say that I can do, and that's something that I can definitely harp on as a player. And I'm just committed. I stayed at one school my whole time in college. I didn't go anywhere where I had the opportunity to do so. I've been through adversity. So everything as a quarterback I've seen. I played in the hardest conference in the country. It would have been easy to play in other conferences, but what I was able to see in the SEC, it catapulted me into being ready to play in the NFL.
What are your football IQ is being underrated, and how does winning that Campbell Award kind of tie into that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm cool with being underrated. I played in the hardest conference in the country. I played against the number one team in the country, the number one defense in the country. So if I lack knowledge, I wouldn't be able to win big games. And 2023, my first year starting, I didn't lose the SEC game. We was playing a lot of different differences, a lot of things that was unraveled when it came to the game planning, and a lot of things that I pour into that people don't see. It's a grind. It's a social norm to think, after a game on Saturday that it's physically taxing, but it's also mentally taxing because of everything that's involved with game planning, walkthroughs, the film, waking up early in the morning. And so it's a lot of things that's involved to being a successful quarterback, and, it's misinterpreted. So, the people that's around me, they'll understand how much I love football, how much I'm looking to grow as a player. So it's all about, who definitely sees something in me.
What are teams getting in Jalen Milroe that you can't see on
Going
film?
back to Cleveland, why do you think you can be the quarterback to turn things around after they've struggled with that position?
Yeah, for sure. It's all about opportunity. I'm not someone to try to be a savior. I'm someone to just trying to better a program as a whole. And so it's all about opportunity, and I would love to seize that opportunity as well and grow as a player. The biggest thing as a player is be better than you were the day before and try to strive for greatness. Climbing a mountain ain't easy. But when you get to the top of the mountain, you'll learn so many things when it comes to adversity, when it comes to hardship, things along the way. And so I had all that throughout my journey as a player. And so I'm just looking to lead, looking to grow as a player and be better than I was this past season.
Jalen, you played with Terry Arnold in college. What kind of teammate was he? And do you have like any fun stories about him?
My boy T. Terry my best friend. He's my guy to this day. He's someone that throughout college, we had a great relationship each and every day, building, talking. And the best thing that we had, we were able to be vulnerable around each other and explain our thought process because it's a social norm to be considered, tough and not be able to express your thoughts. But that's someone that I leaned on and be able to talk to, and that's my dog for life. But this is a guy that's very, 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 very disciplined when it comes to how he works. I never forget, people don't know about the fourth quarter program at Alabama. And as you know, it's hard to prepare for that. But me and him ran the track, and we ran about 6 miles each and every day trying to prepare for fourth quarter program. We actually pulled Caleb Downs along. We ran 100s each and every day just trying to get our body fitted. We was around each other a lot. We built a great relationship. This is someone that puts a lot into football, someone that I love a lot. And, I'm just happy for all his success to be able to start in the NFL. So I'm always behind him. That's my brother for life.
Jalen, what would it mean to be reunited with Terry in Detroit? And have you had a chance to formally talk with him?
Yeah, I was able to talk to the Lions. What God has in store for me. I'm going to pursue that as much as possible. But down the road, that'll definitely be something great. To be able to play with my brother.
So you had a couple throws from last year where you were going through progressions, quarterback stuff.
Yeah. So with my time of being in college, I've had 3 different offensive coordinators, and during that time frame, we had different progressions. And so that allows me to be ready for the NFL because I've seen so many progressions. I've seen so many defenses. Being coached by the best coach of all time, Coach Saban, you see so many different defenses and be able to have a post-snap, pre-snap read. And so it's going to be uncovered with my knowledge base when it comes to what I've learned throughout college. And I've had a bunch of reads, progression with option, pick a side, top-down reads, everything as a whole, peer progressions, everything as a whole when it comes to progressional reads as a quarterback. And so that allowed me to be ready. It'll translate definitely to the NFL. And so I think preparation is the biggest thing, and then the knowledge base I gained from the different coordinators and also Coach Saban.
What's your top 5 quarterbacks right now?
Top 5 quarterbacks. You put me on the spot, ain't you? You got to give it to Pat Mahomes for sure. Pat Mahomes is a great quarterback. I like him a lot. I love Jay Hurts. I love Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen. I like him a lot. And I like Stafford a lot. These are personal preferences, but of course, statistically, you got to implement that. Wins and all that stuff, but preferentially, that's the guys I watch a lot.
What do you feel like you need to grow? Where would you like to see the most growth in your game?
Yeah, for sure. I think, for me, the biggest growth from 23 to 24 was taking less sacks, and being disciplined in the pocket. I think every sack is always on a quarterback. At any time in the game, they should know where the hots are, they know when to get rid of the ball. They should know when to be explosive, being aggressive, but also being disciplined when it comes to the reads. And so that was the biggest jump from 23 to 24 is taking less sacks. And as we go on this path, it's all about putting your best foot forward for the offense so that we're going on the right page so we can be explosive, so we can do the things that we need to do so we can win. That's number one. Then also grow as a player as a whole, with my knowledge base, There's so much things I can learn more from where I'm at today and where I'm going to be at when it comes to day one starting in the NFL. So always be a student of the game, always look to grow because there's going to be so many opportunities where I can look back and say this is the moment where I grew as a quarterback. And so that's where I'm at right now, just trying to grow as much as possible, put my best foot forward, and just look to grow. Yeah. The program as a whole, it came from a lot of great quarterbacks, and we're all different. We're all unique in our own way, so it's hard to compare us as a whole. We had different teams. We had different players around us. We had a different system, so it's hard to compare. But I do respect each and every one of them because I know what it is to be a starting quarterback at Alabama. It's a hard task. It's something that that you don't take lightly at all, especially being a captain as well. With those quarterbacks that are along that great timeline, they were also captains as well. They also had to put their best foot forward. One thing I got to applaud Mac Jones with is that he was a 4.0 student. He had a red cap at graduation. So just the mindset he had in the film room, but also in the classroom as well. And all of them also got their degree. So there's a lot of things I was implemented to be a starting quarterback at University of Alabama. And it's hard to interpret. It's hard to see that, but it's a hard process for sure. Yo, yeah, all of them. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I learned from Jay Hurts is how he kept his head down, always continuing to work. He always elevated his game, never got complacent, and all you do is see great strides from him. And I got to applaud him as a person, him as a human being, because he's definitely inspiring for a lot of quarterbacks of my image, and also a lot of quarterbacks around the country. So he's leading the way for all of us, and it's definitely a path that we're trying to pursue as quarterbacks, and that's the best thing that I love about him. He's constantly just growing as a player.
Is there part of you that thinks that you could have benefited more from opting out of the bowl game?
No, not necessarily. I started the season with my brother. I'm going to end the season with my brother, despite anything. Win, losses is a part of the game, but I had no regrets from last year. And no matter what, no matter we won or lost, I would have had the same mindset and finish the season with my guys that I started with. Huh?
Have you met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Nah, I ain't met with them. The Dolphins? I met with them before, but I didn't meet with them this week. Met with them too, but I ain't meet with them this week. Nah, they haven't.
Jalen, everything's based on. Talk about your NFL potential, and Lamar seems to be the top of the top. What do you think of that?
I love it. That's something you can't coach. That's something that everyone can't do. A lot of people can throw the ball, a lot of people can run, but not a lot of people that can do both. And that's hard for a defense. And so when it comes to game plan, you're going to keep a defensive coordinator up at night. And so it's all about not being one-dimensional. And it's a lot of things that other people possess, but a lot of things that I can't do as a player. And so I'm excited, for what's ahead. Lamar Jackson is definitely a quarterback I like a lot. And so I just know it's definitely a threat when it comes to playing against other people.
Last one here.
You made big plays and big time moments. You were touch challenge against Georgia, the game winner against Auburn. How do you stay composed in those moments?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good question. Preparation is key. One thing that's unique is that every play call that we call in the game, we repped it during the week, and so we put our bodies a lot of stress, trying to master the opportunity, master situations as a whole, and so that's the biggest thing that we have when it comes to big moments in the game. So that's the thing. You got to fall back to your level of training, fall back to preparation. It's going to catapult you where you want to go.
All right, thanks, Jalen.
I'm thinking about it.
Is it still late?
Big lane.